So today we're going to talk about home interior and its impact on mental health. So we have two wonderful guests with me, Miss Hamail, who is a clinical psychologist and mental health counselor, and Miss Mariam, who is internationally licensed early childhood educator. So we are going to talk about how home interiors and mental health go hand in hand, and how if you're consciously aware of both of these things, you can build a better home for yourself. So, how are you today, Miss Samail? I cannot hear your audio.
Can you hear it now?
Yes, 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 perfect.
I am fine, Samreen. How are you?
I'm good. And how are you, Mariam?
I'm very well, thank you.
Okay, so I'm gonna start with the questions. So, Mariam, what do you think about decorating and its relation to stress?
Um, it is a very strong connection between decorating your home and the stress clustered environments and having a lot of vibrant colors. It's make it more um, suffocated, and you're feeling uncomfortable. And striking colors always give you aggression, especially in the children. If we are talking about the children, loves pastels, soft colors, and it would be more soothing and calming effect for adults and children as well.
Yes, colors definitely do have their huge impact on the whole room. Um,
That's the reason we usually recommend for the biophilic designs in the buildings to incorporate thermal ventilation, natural landscapes, and a feature like that. That you have uh, it's like artificial waterfalls, so it's very healthy for every individual. It's not any specific age, but as in general, it's very helpful.
So, Miss Amal, do you think, as being a psychologist, having different colors can impact the interior of a room? Can they make us feel calmer? They can make us feel angrier.
Samreen, research has shown evidences about it that each and every color has its own sort of impact on human personality, and the kind of shade you are using, it also affects your personality and your mood, your emotions a lot. Having excess of anything is not good. So striking that balance is very important. Whatever color you are using, if you are using it according to your space, if it's an open space, so maybe you have a more margin of using darker colors. But if it's a small room in a small space and you use and you fill it with darker shades, so it might be contributing towards your stressful living, और आपके अंदर depression का एक element उसकी वजह से आ सकता है. There are chances of that. And like green color, research has shown that green color is 99% linked to contentment, feelings of contentment. 52% yellow in your surroundings, it gives you a feeling of joy. So there are researchers who prove that colors do have a very strong impact on your moods and your emotions.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. So, Mariam, do you think we can modify our room in a way which is more helpful for people with special mental conditions, like maybe kids with ADHD?
Yes, it's a very important. एडीएचडी बच्चे को बहुत सारे एनवायरनमेंट में चीज़ें इस तरह से अफेक्ट करती हैं कि उसकी हाइपर एक्टिविटी को लीड करते हैं। अगर कलर्स और आपका रूम बहुत क्लस्टर्ड है फर्नीचर से और एक्सेसरीज से, इवन अगर वो बच्चे के बहुत अनऑर्गेनाइज टॉयज भी हैं, तो वो भी उसके लिए एंजाइटी और स्ट्रेस डेवलप करते हैं। सो वी ऑलवेज रिकमेंड कि इस तरह की एनवायरनमेंट बच्चे को दी जाए जिसमें चीज़ें और वेल ऑर्गेनाइज हों और क्लस्टर्ड फीलिंग ना हो, ताकि बच्चे का लेवल ऑफ स्ट्रेस जो है वो कम रहे।
Miss Mariam, what do you think is the impact of textures on the environment you're living in? What are
Um,
psychological effects of textures?
Textures do wonder is in enhancing or enriching your space and making it feel just warmer and more welcoming. If you're recalling the outdoor and natural textures, people prefer in many different researches we found that people prefer biophilic designs, and biophilic design can be a very soothing effect, giving you a comfort it's well ventilations and natural light, natural landscaping. These things are very um, positive impact on your psychologically. It's release your stress and keeping you away from the anxiety. Especially, we recommend people, and Hamail can tell us more about it. That we recommend people for the deep breathing activities and other for the relaxation exercises in open air. So it's really works with the in a different circumstances with the different people. I work with the children, so I found that when they're playing with the more natural equipments like a sand, mud, water, they're they're learning enhanced, and especially within an autism, their sensory activities and multitasking activities improve if they are exposed to the nature.
Do these tactile or textures affect emotions of kids in any way?
Exactly. It's really give you a positive impact in that sense that we just describe the texture as in it describe the feeling, the thing we feel we with our hand. It reminds us that things which we feel in our heart. So you can say that if there's you have a puppy or have a cat at home and you're patting and you're giving a rub, you're getting a more comfort feeling with that. And it happens with the children and the adults as well. If you keep a feathery pillows most of the people, they feel comfortable with the feathery pillows and rugs and mats. And whenever they want they one of my research, it shows that when the person woke up in the morning and they put their feet in the feathery texture, they feel very warm about it. And they it's individual to individual vary, but most of the people, they feel comfortable with that.
I agree with that. So, Miss Hamayal, do pictures on the walls affect how we feel in a room?
The selection of paintings or pictures or decorative items in your room is very important. If you personally ask me, the kind of whatever we are looking at, it is impacting us on some level mentally. We have to understand how our mind works. Our mind is just a machine that gathers information from our surroundings, and then it makes some few conclusions about the things or about the kind of situations that are going around. Like recent studies and evidence-based studies have shown that kids who are involved in watching violent kind of video games, they tend to be more aggressive. उनमें aggression का level ही बहुत ज़्यादा होता है. If you are watching something on TV that is जो बहुत सैड सी नेचर का है या बहुत ज़्यादा ड्रामेटिक है, तो ऑटोमेटिकली आपका मूड बहुत ज़्यादा ऑफ हो जाएगा. सेम थिंग हैपन्स व्हेन इफ आई वेक अप अर्ली इन द मॉर्निंग एंड आई टेल समवन कि आई हैड अ वेरी वेरी सैड और वेरी डिप्रेसिंग काइंड ऑफ ड्रीम, तो सारा दिन मेरा मूड उसी तरह से ख़राब रहेगा. हालांकि now when I am awake and now I know that it was just a dream and it has nothing to do with my reality. So the same effect is ये हमारा depend होता है what kind of picture I am having in my room or in my office. If I have something that triggers my mind in a negative way, it is going to impact me negatively. Secondly, what kind of colors are used in that picture, what kind of shapes and वो कैसी होनी चाहिए. Then what kind of size should be there on the wall, फिर उसकी placement wall पे कहाँ है. So all these things are going to make me feel comfortable or extremely uncomfortable. So it is very important कि जब आप चूज करें इस तरह की चीजें, so I think seeking the expert advice is highly.
Miss Mariam, what advice would you give to caretakers or parents who are designing a home for their children while making sure that it's consciously they're putting effort in, making it a good space for their mental health?
The most important thing for the parents and the caretaker that environment should be safe. because it's a very safeguarding issue with the furnitures, with the tables, that the children get hurt and they have their injuries. So keeping the edge with the covers, plastic covers, and all those furniture, that it should not be a removable. That child, it's a 6 months or 8 months old baby is standing, and then table or chair is not in a stable position, that definitely they get hurt. So that's the safeguarding issue with the early childhood. We recommend that parents should be very, very careful with the furniture, especially with the cribs. We found it that there are a lot of injuries, and later on those injuries leads into the disabilities, like in a head injury, the child got a hearing impairment, and with the speech delay things, which is very dangerous. In the early childhood development, we consider that every environment child should be safe and should not be neglected in physical and emotional well-being. So it should be considered as a very comfortable, soothing pastel colors and safe and sound furnitures for the children,
That's
especially
definitely.
for the floors. Especially floors, because early in an early age when they start crawling and start walking, if there are mats and rugs, so it is a quite dangerous thing for them.
Aren't like the soft furbishing better for kids?
Soft furbishing are better, but when the child start walking, if they wanted to jump something, that's perfectly fine. But in the crawling stages and taking the first step, they need to be on floor. So in the flooring, it should be like if you're using a carpet. So carpets are not on that way, that it should be stick from the edges. It should not be slippery. Or the rugs are should be stick with the floor. So child take a first step, and then it's a rug slip off. The child will lose a balance, and again the child when they stand up, they takes more time to take a second step and start walking, because it develops a fear. So
Oh,
that's most important, that child should not have any fear about when everything that in the early ages they are exploring the world, and while exploring the world, if they get hurt or if they get a fear about it, so in the second attempt would be difficult for them.
oh yes. There are long-term effects of everything. This is something to
Exactly.
be conscious of. Mile, what do you think about decluttering, and how does organizing your room help your mental health, or this is just something trending only?
Ah, no, 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 no. It has very deep impact on your personality. It has a short-term effects plus long-term effect. Like recent research has shown high cortisol levels in women who lived in cluttered environment. Uh, अगर हम बच्चों की बात करें तो when we look at young kids when they are brought to us in the clinical settings, तो what I have seen, और अगर मैं अपना personal data भी देखूं clinical data, तो चिल्ड्रन हु आर कमिंग फ्रॉम होम्स एंड एनवायरनमेंट्स के जहाँ पे डिसिप्लिन नहीं है, वेयर जिसे कहते हैं कि एक अच्छा सॉर्टेड आउट एनवायरनमेंट नहीं है, यू कैन सी दैट दे सेम इफेक्ट्स ऑन देयर पर्सनैलिटीज, दे आर नॉट डिसिप्लिन, दे डोंट हैव पेशेंस, और स्ट्रेस लेवल्स भी बहुत ज़्यादा हाई होते हैं. सो लिविंग इन एन एनवायरनमेंट वेयर एवरीथिंग इज जम्बल्ड अप, इफ़ यू हैव टू लुक फॉर समथिंग इट टर्न्स इनटू अ या वो आपस की लड़ाई में बदल जाता है, या एवरीथिंग इवन डूइंग स्मॉल स्मॉल टास्क टर्न इनटू अ स्ट्रगल. सो इसके साथ ना सिर्फ आपका स्ट्रेस लेवल हाई होता है, बल्कि योर टाइम मैनेजमेंट ऑल्सो गेट्स upset. If I have to get somewhere and I have to every time I have to go through that struggle of finding my clothes or getting my shoes or doing small things, और organize नहीं है मेरा सारा setup, so this is going to have a very negative impact on me as a person. और सिर्फ पर्सनल लाइफ में नहीं होगा, लेटर ऑन इट इज़ गोइंग टू हैव अ वेरी नेगेटिव इम्पैक्ट ऑन माई वर्क लाइफ एज वेल. मेरी
True.
रिलेशनशिप्स भी उसके साथ ज़रूर जो है वो अपसेट होंगी. Because personally think there are things that can't be sorted out and there are things that can be sorted out. So अपनी life में से when we talk about decluttering, so decluttering is not only advisable on the level of the furniture or your home decor or your surroundings and your drawers. Decluttering your own emotional and mental health issues is also very important, and somewhere both of these issues are very strongly connected to each other. तो और ये रिसर्च हैज आल्सो शोन कि वंस यू नो डू द क्लीनिंग, डीप क्लीनिंग ऑफ योर हाउस, आप किचन की कैबिनेट्स क्लीन करते हैं, आप अपनी चीज़ों को ऑर्गेनाइज करते हैं, तो इट हैज़ अ वेरी इंस्टेंट सॉर्ट ऑफ सूदिंग एंड calming effect on you, because what your mind perceives on an unconscious level is that you are in control of your life, and you are the one who's in charge of your life, and it gets the message that if you choose to declutter your life, you have that power to do that. So इसका इतना deep impact है on your personality.
Well, that's brand new information for me. Can you give like some tips for parents if they want to teach their kids early on how to, organize their rooms or, things maybe or toys maybe?
देखिए, इसमें इट्स हाईली एडवाइजेबल कि व्हेन यू आर एक्सपेक्टिंग अ बेबी, तो जो आप पहले उसकी नर्सरी को डिज़ाइन कर रहे हैं, तो सीकिंग सम काइंड ऑफ प्रोफेशनल हेल्प इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, जैसे भी मैम मरियम शी जस्ट मेंशनड इट कि इफ़ यू हैव अ बेबी, he or she is not going to stay a baby for long. They are going to turn into toddlers, और उनकी वो different phases आनी है where they will be they will be crawling and they will be all over the place. So when you take expert advice, so it उससे आपका होगा क्या कि your finances will be secure, और जो भी आइटम आप परचेज करेंगे, द वे यू डेकोर द सराउंडिंग्स एंड एनवायरनमेंट, वो लॉन्ग टर्म के लिए आपके यूज़ में रहेंगी, दे वोंट बी यूजलेस आफ्टर फ्यू ईयर्स. सेकेंडली, इट इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कि आप जो भी चीज़ें ले रहे हैं, द काइंड ऑफ कलर्स और जो उसका इम्पेक्ट होता है पर्सनैलिटी के ऊपर, यू हैव टू कीप दैट इन माइंड. दे आर सर्टन कलर्स जो ज़्यादा सूदिंग और कामिंग होते हैं. फिर देन द काइंड ऑफ लाइटिंग यू यूज़ इन योर चाइल्ड्स बेडरूम और आपके लिविंग रूम में, वेर एवर योर चाइल्ड इज़ गोइंग टू बी स्पेंडिंग मोर टाइम, दैट इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. एक और जो बहुत ज़्यादा चीज़ आजकल हमारे यहाँ थोड़ी सी इन ट्रेंड हो गई है, उसकी वजह से स्पीच डिले इज़ वेरी कॉमन इन यंग किड्स, वो ये है कि इन एवरी रूम देयर आर screens are available in every room in the form of TVs, tabs, iPads and mobile phones. So I think this is one thing that parents should try to keep their kids away from that, क्योंकि इसकी वजह से एक ह्यूमन इंटरेक्शन